This man picked up a set of model maps. Curious, he sprays water on the model. Suddenly something magical happens. It starts to rain outside the window. He suspects it might be a coincidence, so he sprays a few more times. Outside the window the rain begins to fall even harder. Every act of a man is manipulating the town. His name is Jack. His wife was the town's mayor. Died in a car accident. To get over the loss of his wife, he sells his house. He moved into a quiet church loft. It was here he found this model map set. That day Jack came into the restaurant. People were talking about the strange rain yesterday. He was secretly pleased. It was his own work. The lady who owns the restaurant approaches Jack to talk. It turned out that since his wife had died, the new mayor of the town was very selfish. He doesn't care about the people of the town. The town's economy is in serious decline. The owner said she couldn't even afford to pay for the paint job. Having grown up in a small town, Jack has a deep affection for his town. He decided to use his powers to secretly help the residents. Back in the attic, Jack finds the location of the restaurant on the model. Then he found a bottle of nail polish. With the intention of trying it out, he applied a few strokes. Overnight, the walls of the dining room were all painted. The lady asked her son if you had done this. The boy definitely didn't know. The lady boss guessed it was a good man doing a good deed. Jack, who was passing by, was very happy. At that moment an old man suddenly fell down on the road because the road had not been repaired. So the old man accidentally stepped on a pothole in the road. Back in the attic at night, Jack used his powers again. He just pressed his hand lightly. The hole in the road was instantly gone. The old man's problem was solved. That day Jack found the suggestion box full of letters of sympathy. The mayor hadn't read a single letter. At this point Jack took all the petitions back. This man has a god's eye view. Whenever a change is made to the map model, the town will change accordingly. This day Jack took the suggestion box. One by one he began to grant the wishes of the residents. Someone was unhappy with the rubbish problem. He started to clean it up. Someone complains about the overgrown trees on the street. He pulled down the extra trees. The town began to change for the better under Jack's watch. After taking care of everyone's needs, Jack didn't feel tired. He even danced alone. That's when he heard a dog barking downstairs. Jack felt that the dog was hungry. Jack picked up his leftover bones. He found the dog's location on the map and put it there. The next day the town looked brand new. The problems that had plagued the residents for so long were all solved overnight. People were talking about it. They wanted to thank the mystery man behind the scenes. Jack was overjoyed to hear this. What Jack didn't expect was that everyone thought the current mayor was responsible for all this good work. They even wanted to keep voting for her to be mayor. Jack was very unhappy to hear this, but since he couldn't reveal his powers, so he can't produce evidence to refute it, something needed to be done. On this day, the residents were giving him a thank you party at church. One resident said, "We know that the mayor does all the good work," and the people around him started to applaud, and the mayor readily admitted it. Jack's anger level was at its highest. It was a good deed that he had done. Jack's anger level was at its highest. Jack's jealousy was burning inside him. He picked up a stone on the side of the road. His eyes locked on a red sports car. He wants to take official revenge on the mayor. The man picks up a small stone at the red sports car on the model map and dropped it gently. The sky was then lit up with a flash of light. The next day, the greedy mayor's car was crushed. He didn't know who had done it. Jack was so happy to see it. That's what you get for impersonating someone else. Jack didn't think that was enough. That night he took out a spider. He put it on the mayor's way home, faced with the giant spider. The mayor was so frightened that he ran away screaming. As the spider tried to swallow the mayor, Jack retrieved the spider just in time. By now the mayor was lying on the ground in shock. One night the priest came to Jack's house. She noticed that Jack had been acting strange for a few days. She came to talk to him. Jack spat that. "You should know that the mayor is not responsible for the changes in the town." The priest replied that it didn't matter who did it. What matters is the result. The town was getting better and better. After hearing the priest's admonition, Jack decided to put aside his hatred, to continue to be the unsung hero behind the scenes. He spent the night building billboards to brighten up the town, ready to create a nighttime economy for the residents. But to his surprise, the number of lights was too great. The electricity consumption was too great. It crippled the town's electricity system. The residents approached the mayor for a solution. The mayor had no choice and began to shirk his responsibilities. The residents suspected that he hadn't done the good deed before. When confronted by the residents, the mayor tried to escape, but he was surrounded by the residents. The situation was getting worse and worse. The kind-hearted Jack comes forward. He reveals that he is the mystery man behind the scenes and explains his mysterious powers. To convince the crowd, he pulls out a match. He then placed his wedding ring on the map, and sure enough a giant ring appears on the ground. That day the mayor broke into Jack's house. After learning of the map model's powers, he had an evil thought in his mind. He said he would turn the town into the new Las Vegas. After that, he had Jack's model map taken away from him. Jack of course did not agree. During the fight, the model was broken. The house inside the model began to crack. After a night of fighting, the town's buildings were in chaos. Luckily, there were no casualties. A gold ring on the road attracts media attention. Because of the ring, the town's tourism industry is starting to grow, and then the town would get better again.